Hello, I'm Martin from Alabama, and what I've built here is another historical build. I built Stonehenge as it sat some 2,000 years ago. So we visited Stonehenge with the kids, and it's pretty cool, but I wanted to build it as it looked back 2,000 or so years ago, and wanted to bring a little bit of history to people's lives as they come to these LEGO shows.
So if you can maybe explain the different layers and kind of some of the history. I know it's hard to exactly piece together the historical record on what this was used for and everything, but do your best to talk about what we have here.
So we have some stones and some rocks sitting here. But so the first ones, I believe, and someone's going to correct me and make a comment on your video, that all these little ones here are the little blue stones. That were the smaller ones that were transported, and they were often moved during the years of Stonehenge, and we don't know why, for what reasons, but they were often moved. And in the larger U shape here, maybe they're Saracen stones. Again, I'm not sure. I've probably got them back to front. And then the outer ring that we have sitting there, I mean, it's absolutely identical to how it's meant to have set every single little stone in every single place that we think it looked like. So. Yep.
And so it looks like, did you just replicate these all exactly or try to change up kind of each pillar as you went around?
Yeah, every pillar is changed as it goes around. And that was just fun because there's no tediousness to it. You just put a few pieces together. I've got some side stud pieces in there that I kind of build up and sculpt up, and just had a lot of grey sitting around. And the top here is, again, the structure's the same, but it all kind of connects into a circle and kind of unconnects. But in Stonehenge, the join was here, and they had these little angle plates, and then you had a little dot that kind of went in the middle. Again, scientific answer for you. But the way it's built here is these kind of just slide off, and these pieces kind of just come off, and I've got a little dot there so I can slide them so I know where they go, and angle it, and then put the little rooftop on top there. So, and that's the same for all of these, is how it works. And then I've got the center stone. Again, we don't know what Stonehenge was for. There's some mystery around it, but I think it was for slaughtering Lego pigs. So out of everything that we've got here today, I've heard they killed a pig more than anything. So that worked.
It's a nice pop of color there in the middle of all the gray bricks.
It was needed. I was struggling. I was like, do I put little minifigures? Do I put sheep? What do I do? And again, I wanted that pop of color in there for a little artistic look to it. So.
Right, yep. And we should mention, if people visit this today, it looks very different than this if you go to the site today.
It does look a lot different. There's not a lot here, and yeah, as on show here, I've got some examples of how it would look and some images, but yeah, a lot of these stones are not in place. They've fallen down, yeah.
You've got some great vignettes, so let's start with this one over here that kind of add on to it. So this, I think, is kind of the take on how they might have moved the stones there?
Yeah, the idea is they had some tree trunks and they rolled the stones from somewhere in Wales. Some people think they moved on some glaciers, I believe, as well, but the stones being moved on the wheels is the main theory around it. And if you go to Stonehenge today, they've got a great museum where they have like kind of a replica of this, and I kind of saw that and was like, I'll build that to kind of show what it potentially looked like. I think there would have been more people moving it, but Lego's lighter than the stone, so two people just
two really strong guys.
Yeah, and they died, and they're in rigor mortis, just standing there right now. So they're good. So that's that. I try to put some facts in terms of the building of Stonehenge as well as other ones. So there's approximately 7,000 bricks in here. 11 days building, on and off. It's over a Christmas period, so I often don't work over Christmas. I got time off. I like the office. So it took about 27 hours of the office, which is perfect background.
Preferred building material.
45 Coke Zeros, and I forgot to eat more than 5 meals. But this was stick up there. I've got these nice lights that like represent daylight, so you can just work all through the hours and be good.
You never even know what time of day it is.
It's great. It's like the Japanese work culture. I believe they do that in their factories. I learned that in college. So, and then over here we have some more. So some of the myths. So I wanted to kind of a little bit of myth busting. Some people thought it may have been UFOs that formed Stonehenge, or it was like UFO landing site, so we built a little fun scene for that. Some people think it was Merlin the wizard and his cat throwing the stones everywhere, so we did that as well. And then some people thought it might be giants, and we had that, but giant broke, so he's not here. Yeah, he couldn't hold the big brick or stone, it dropped.
Yeah, I like all your take on the main area, and then all these different scenes that add on to it as well. So some great historical builds you've got here at the show this year. Is this something you want to do more of in the future?
Yeah, possibly, because I think I've learned that I like to build a little bit less out of creativity, but rather I see something and I want to try to replicate it. That I think over the last few years is what I see it as. So if it's something from the movies or something in real life, and that's just kind of what I like. More history stuff would be good. just don't know what history stuff that would be. So yeah.
Yeah, there's lots to choose from. I'm sure you can come up with something good.
I'm sure, and it's good because you'll see when you come to these shows, there's something for everyone to look at, and someone who might not be into all the other stuff says, there's something I can read about and take some facts about, so, and save people trips to England to actually visit it. So, yeah.
There you go. Well, thank you so much, Martin.
All right, cheers. Thank you.